You're watching an episode of Spirits People Live with Johnny Michelson.
Right, here we go. Live on the gram on a Tuesday. Spirits People Live. Cheers, everybody. What's happening? Tony, what's going on, man? Welcome inside this live stream. Let me just pin. I realize you can pin a comment to do that. Here, out. About Whiskey Sorensen, what's going on, man? I'm just typing a pinned message for people that join. All right, Prophet Bourbon is here. What's going on? What's going on? So how do I pin? Ah, there we go. Pin comment. I did it. Amazing. Whiskey Novice is here. What's going on, buddy? All right, all right. So a few people just popping in here. All right. Mahesh, what's going on? I don't think we've met. Thanks for popping in. We're going to be blind tasting today. So just waiting for Marthinus here. So I have a couple of American whiskeys poured, and Marthinus is going to join me tonight, and we're going to be sipping on the same stuff, and they're going to be blind samples. Usual Whiskey Novice heading to work, probably. Ah, the Patty is here. Let's get him in. Let's get him in. Let's see if he's ready. I'll give him a minute, actually. So yeah, Bourbon Patty is going to be my guest tonight, and we're going to be blind tasting a couple of American whiskeys, which I managed to put a pinned comment down here below. I realized you could do that, so now everyone can see it when they join. Ah, Knut, what's going on? Strand 101 is in the house as well. All right, Tora is chilling before bed. Fair enough, fair enough. Ah, I think Mahesh was trying to join me live here. Sorry, Mahesh, I have a... Marthinus is going to join me live tonight. Ping me a DM if you wanted to chat. Happy to connect. So let's see if I can get Patty on. Where is the... Go. Kumankakar, India is here. What's going on? Ah, the Patty.
Hello.
Fresh shave. Looking fresh.
Yeah, I do look after myself every now and again.
Nice, nice, nice.
How are you?
Yeah, good, man. I'm the opposite. I've not shaved. I've let it grow for a bit.
Nice. It looks good though.
Rocking the old man look, you know.
It's kept clean.
It's kept, oh yeah, always. You gotta slice it.
That's it.
What's going on, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been just over a month. It's been a very busy month, but it's been good. I went to Manchester for a day to see the launch of Old Forester Single Barrel. Jackie Zykan was there, so wasn't gonna miss that. Got over for it. It was a 24-hour day. It was kind of crazy, but it was awesome. So that was cool. And yeah, what else? Went to holidays. Yeah, went to Italy. Kind of struck out on stuff there. Didn't really. All I ended up coming back with was coffee. My wife bought me some Wild Turkey 101 in the airport, which is awesome. Got a liter bottle of that. Can never have too much of that.
I will
And
agree.
then, yeah, it was awesome. Came back to the cold and the rain.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh yeah, nice
Classic.
August weather. Yeah.
All right, we got a few people popping in here. So let's see. We have Chris. All right, last drop reviews. We got Mahesh is back in. What is green malt? I am not sure. I have no idea.
How are you, man? What have you been up to?
So I've been I've been doing a lot. I've been recording a bunch of stuff, so a bunch of podcast
Yeah, I've been
episodes,
listening.
a bunch of videos for
Nice.
YouTube. Just had a couple of ideas, and yeah, some of them are starting to see the light of day.
Nice. Good to see them coming out. I like watching them. I was listening to your podcast in the car this week, so
Nice, awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a nice little solid 2 or 3 episodes in every day.
Oh Jesus, binging.
Well, I missed out, I was away, so catching up quick.
Yeah, man. We got
Yeah, I heard
Bourbon
you.
in the house. We got Carl Stanton, my buddy from New York.
Hello,
We
everyone.
got Josh is here. Know your whiskey. What's going on, buddy? From Alberta. We got a bunch of people popping in here. Thanks for joining, guys. There is an actual agenda, and I pinned it because I realized you can pin a comment. And I'm just catching up on technology here. So yeah, pinned a comment here. So we're doing an
Nice.
American whiskey blind tasting, or
Mhm.
rather, Mr. Marthinus is doing a blind tasting because the blind samples are from me, so I know what they are.
Nice.
But I love to test people, sending them
Ooh.
blind stuff and yeah, taste it
Yes.
together, and we'll just see what happens. Denver and Lively's in the
Mhm.
house. That's awesome. I do not have any Denver and Lively glasses, unfortunately. I wish I had though. So
Here's my address in a DM.
yeah, I'll send you my address for sure. Cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've sent you 2 samples. So
Yes, number 1 and number 2. They were just poured before I came on air.
Nice.
I can smell like dusty perfume all the way from where I'm sitting. It smells like one
Yep.
smells particularly old.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
I also poured some 85 Wild Turkey 101 just for the funsies because it's a Tuesday.
yeah, man.
Give
Just
me,
because 2 drams is not enough.
Yeah.
Triple fisting is how it grows.
Gotta keep up with the kids these days.
Nice. You're really back from holiday. You need that stuff, right?
Yeah, man. Back in work full time. Back up at 10 to 6 every morning. It's been fun.
Nice, man. All right, cool. So just as a precursor to before we jump in, and I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts here. So these are bottles that I bought probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. So I've had them for a while,
Okay.
and they're towards the end. So there's like a good 4 fingers left in each bottle. So they've been pre-loved by me, but yeah, I haven't touched them for a while because I was scared of just kind of having them disappear. So yeah, they've been sitting in back, so I haven't touched these for a long time. So this is going to be somewhat of a reintroduction to me as well. But I'll let you start with your tasting notes, and then I'll jump in kind of, and then we'll just wing it like we always do.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got my little notepad here.
Oh, sweet. Look at you. Fucking
make the magic happen, man. It's an old out-of-date little calendar book thing, so
little
I didn't use it, so there's plenty of blank pages.
Jim Murray Pro there.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's go for it.
So we start with, I think did I call them 1 and 2 or A and B? I can't remember.
1 and 2. We did A and B a few weeks back. I think maybe the last time. This is 1 and 2.
Oh, hang on. 1 and 2. I don't think that's what I have here. Or maybe, yeah, actually, you know what? I think it is. Let me make sure, because what you just said makes sense, but let me double check. So
previously we did what was it? It was Barter House, and it was George T. Stagg 2018, I think.
No, last one was Eagle Rare.
Yes, that's what it was. It was Eagle Rare and Eagle Rare again.
Eagle Rare and Eagle Rare.
Yes.
All right. I have some stuff in here, so let me check.
Oh, nice. Very organized. Much more organized than I am.
Well, I don't know. It would appear that we're not, or I'm not. But anyway, regardless, let's hear your thoughts, and we'll take it from there.
All right.
We might not be drinking the same stuff, so we're both blind tasting.
But no, I'm getting notes of this. What do you mean you're not getting notes of that?
What do you mean, like hand grenade? No.
Okay. The first thing that jumps out the glass of this is like green apple skins. Or number one. Just almost smells a bit like what I would associate the smell of Whistle Pig, the old 10-year-old Alberta stock, to smell like. But not as like full on. So BBS did a barrel pick of Whistle Pig, the first one. It was Alberta rye. I think it was 10 years old, might have been a little bit older. And I got this like apples. Now, I can't tell you what kind of apples because I didn't cook along with your video. But it's apples. It smells like green ones. Okay. And then there's some caramel, a little bit of dry oak. What I'm thinking, the note I'm getting is rye. Seems to be a bit of rye in there. Either a nice amount thrown into a bourbon, or this is a rye whiskey. Kind of peppery as well. What do you get?
So, so I'm looking back, and what I have here in this glass is definitely not what you have. Because the tubes that you showed me, I was like, no, that's not the tubes. And I know what I sent you before I sent you these other samples, which is a different set of blind samples that I'm trying to find now, and that's longer ago because I sent you 4 blind samples, and the 2 I have is the second set of the 4, whereas I sent you something before that, which is what you have. So let me just find that.
I could have grabbed the wrong samples because they're always in test tubes and they're just numbered. There's no names on them. So
well, the one
maybe...
I sent you was not in test tubes though. They were in the same bottles as the Eagle Rare ones.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to go check. I've got a box where I keep all these things. Hold on. I've got more Glencairns. Give me a minute.
All right. So while Marthinus is running off and hopefully finding the same samples as I have here, I'll give you my tasting notes. It's funny because what he said is that it makes sense because it has a very, very perfumey scent to it, and it has this kind of dusty feel to it as well, which this also has. So yeah. This does not have the rye, and this does not have those apples on it. This has like brown sugar, caramel, lots of vanilla, like butterscotch, lots of cinnamon and cloves and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely not the same. Oh, this is hilarious. All right, so while Marthinus is out trying to find the samples, I'm trying to find the picture of what he actually has poured, which I can't seem to find because it's a very long time ago. Let's see. Do apologize. This is a very random situation, but here we are. What's everyone else drinking? Let's hear. Let's hear what's happening in the world while I'm digging about. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Aha. All right. I know why. I know why. So we can do either of these or we can put the other ones. We'll see what he finds. From the noise in the background, I'm just assuming that Marthinus has found these samples.
Okay.
Did you find them?
Yes.
All right. So
I did.
I just found the picture of what you were having. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll have time to do all four.
No, that's fine. I'll pour those back. We'll do them a different time.
Do you want to know what it is, though, or do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you did have a rye. You did have a rye whiskey in that glass. It's the Traverse City, and it's a barrel pick from San Francisco. And your spirit number 2 is Tiger Shark, which is a rum from Belle.
I thought it was a rum because it smelled what people describe rums to smell like. Get all those nice rummy notes.
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
Those are so old. Those samples are so old.
I know.
I can't believe I mixed those up.
Oh man, that's my fault. I just assumed that you drank these because I sent you so long ago. Anyway,
I have like 500 samples waiting for me to drink them.
nice.
I am like a sample hoarder. It is an affliction that I am genuinely low-key suffering from, but that's all right because we can only do our best. So I have
We can only drink so
two.
much.
I mean, and have a job. So give me
And
one
maintain
second.
a job.
Okay. Well, that as well, yeah. Right, A is going into glass 1, and B is going into glass number 2.
All right. So while you pour,
All right.
I'll repeat my notes because you have the headphones in, so you probably didn't hear what I was saying here. So I was saying
I did
that
not.
this here is a much more classic bourbon nose. So there's like tons of brown sugar, butterscotch, caramel, vanilla, cloves, and cinnamon. A little bit of black tea, a little bit of maybe tobacco leaves, like really dry tobacco leaves.
Ah, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
But yeah, much
Now
more.
this is a bourbon.
Very different from your notes before. It's like, no, that's not like you're sick or something. You're not smelling anything right now.
Yeah. I was like, I smell a rye. I smell a lot of green grassy rye notes. Apples?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not wrong on that one, but yeah, this one is very different. So yeah, very, very classic bourbon nose on this one, and it definitely also benefits from a drop of water.
Okay.
I haven't added any water to this right now. I don't know if you can see how kind of viscous in the glass this is. It's kind of super thick and oily. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. I've been listening to your podcast and learning some tricks about oils and stuff.
Yeah. So I was actually reading something new for me as well, because like you learn something all the time. So something I read in the Stave and Thief Bourbon Steward booklet, if you're into that kind of stuff. They were saying that some of the viscosity here in the glass, or the oiliness in the glass, could equally be associated with the ABV. So higher ABV, they'll run down faster because it's a thinner spirit, and they would run down like slower on a lower ABV. So the viscosity or the oiliness in the glass could give you hints of ABV, whereas in the mouth it's probably the other way around. Viscosity comes from a little bit more the oils that sits with the ethanol, so probably the opposite in mouthfeel. But yeah, interesting.
That is interesting, yeah. And I mean, it's important. I suppose like every spirit would kind of have its own thing, and American Spirit seems to have their own specific, like new barrels. Tends to be a lot of barrel proof stuff released. Nothing else is added. Sometimes a little bit of water added. Sometimes there's water added before it's aged. Sometimes there's water added after it's aged. Like, that was all going to affect how the oils and like stuff sits in the spirit. Yeah,
the entry proof is going to also give it more viscosity, like a lower entry proof into the barrel. Like all of those, like there's so many things, and it's like it's to some point it's impossible to be able to blind taste and just be right without having at least some kind of context, because unlike wine where you have this like quite pure, and it's like the grape from whatever vineyard from whatever season and vintage is like you can pinpoint exactly where it came from, whereas like you can't, like spirits you can't, because you can mess with it at any stage of the process.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way you can't tell that, hey, this is a 98 whatever. It's like impossible. It will never happen. Oh shit, we lost the patty. Let's see what's happening here. All right, so people joining here, sorry there was a gap where there we go, he's back.
We're back.
So I was just a bunch of people.
This has been a very interesting blind tasting so far.
It's been an interesting introduction to blind tasting, where you actually don't know what you're tasting in a real sense.
I think I did quite well. Misguided, but quite well.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, we're just talking so we're finally getting into the two spirits here, and we've kind of given our initial kind of thoughts. Have you tasted yet, or just knows?
I've just noticed it got some like soft caramel, almost butterscotchy, some white pepper, toasted oak, earthy, nutty in the back, and then a little bit of red fruit when you really pull it out. That's what I got.
My wife is saying, "Stop your live right now. There's a spider the size of my head in the flat."
You gotta go.
I got a job to do. Tell
her to throw a shoe at it. If it's really that big, you can throw a shoe at it.
Yeah, if it's really that big. Oh, managed to. Oh, my camera hadn't done that in a while.
This is anything can happen tonight.
Put a leech on it.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it around. I'm sure your wife would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think like everything you said, basically, like there's some there's a dryness to this, which I would associate with maybe some black tea and some tobacco leaves and stuff like that. Potentially some, like there's an earthiness to it.
Yes.
That you could maybe assign to some toasted oak or something like that. There's kind of a dryness, almost like a sawdust.
Like a nuttiness.
Kind of dryness to it. Yeah.
Yes. White peppery kind of dry oak.
All right. Taste. Let's do it.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, that was intense.
Oh, yeah. Oh. All right. I'm going to add some water. This is punchy.
I'll grab some water. 1 sec.
So, yeah, the ABV on this one is pretty intense on the palate. On the nose, actually, it's really well integrated. So it's a different experience when you sip on something, and obviously, whenever you taste something,
and the back again.
There is.
Yes.
Yeah, whenever you.
So that is it. That hits the palate running. That's does not mess around.
Yeah, I think something like, and I mentioned this like a lot, like if you're new to tasting spirits and stuff like that, like if you smell ethanol, like the last thing you want to do is like take a big gulp of anything. Like I would almost like recommend just kind of wetting your tongue and see if it starts burning your tongue, and if it does, add water, because like as soon as you burn out your tongue, you can't taste anything after that, and you've kind of ruined your opportunity to actually taste it. So yeah.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, water opens this right up. It's like even more butterscotch on the nose now.
Yeah.
Some orange peel, like fresh orange peel, like the oils of an orange peel.
The white pepper is still there, but yeah, I'm getting the orange oil a lot now. Butterscotch is still there. Still quite punchy. I put 2 drops in, and it's still quite punchy.
Yeah, I added probably like 5 to 8 drops or whatever.
All right.
I'll add more. It's It still has that prickle on the tongue.
But on on the palate, I'm getting like with
punching
2
in the
drops.
mouth
I'm getting
right now.
dried cherries and dried fruit, like kind of red fruitiness. Mixed in with that is cinnamon, some nice dark chocolate notes, the oak coming through again.
Yep.
Nice. There's definitely an element of rye in there. I'm getting some nice pepper.
Definitely pepper in there. Emma is
it is
bananas.
real nice. No bananas for me. I don't know about you, but
No, not on this one.
no.
Sheldon, what's going on? Perpetual Nectar is suggesting easy barrel proof or straight from the barrel Blanton's. And both of those, I could maybe see the Blanton's, but the easy barrel proof, no, it's not. It's not that type of profile.
Doesn't taste like Blanton's to me.
It's because it's not.
Yeah. I know I haven't had Blanton's in a while, but I like that number 2 mash bill's got a real like specific note of like those fruity cherries and stuff. This is more dried cherries, intense dried cherries. Like you're chewing on it, it's like all that flavor shoots out.
Yeah, there's some really dark. There's some dates or something in the back there.
Yeah, it's like a
really
dark
dried,
chocolate,
like chewy
cacao note.
Yeah. I think though that bitterness, I'll still put black tea against that. Like I can see the dark chocolate, but I think probably for me it's more like a black tea.
Yeah, it's for me it's like a dark chocolate bordering on like
coming from that barrel,
like barrel char.
Sheldon's definitely sipping on some Four Roses single barrel. Man,
yeah,
that's some good stuff right there. Got Jack One McGrath in here. Adrian from High Spirits. What's going on, man?
Oh yeah, that's one of our Irish reps. One of our the master distiller from Heaven Hills joined. Quick, act like you know something.
I know nothing, and this is not a Heaven Hill product, so unfortunately, that would have been awesome.
Oh, now he has to leave.
It is in the near region of Heaven Hill, though, I will say.
So Bardstown? Or are you talking about their distillery, which is in Louisville?
Maybe a near region as in a broader sense.
Ah, okay, I get you.
Any thoughts on the ABV?
I mean, I'm going to go with definitely over 100 proof, probably leaning on barrel proof, just because of the intensity on the palate.
In increments of 5 points, like where would you put it? Or 5% in
105, between 105 and 110, maybe 15, 20.
Between 105 and 15, 10, 20, 25? That's the worst.
So it's either 105 or 115. Somewhere in there, I'm thinking now.
It's between 80 and 160 proof.
Somewhere between 190 and 80.
All right, so it is 114.2 proof.
Okay. Right.
Any thoughts on age?
Let's go 6 to 8. 9? 10?
10.
10.
Probably
nice.
more. 10.
Okay, so 10
plus.
age stated. Okay. Who does that? Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people stick a 10 on the label and stick a 20 in there.
A lot of people do it.
Oh, I've never actually had. I have a bottle of Belle Meade. I've never actually had Belle Meade.
There we go, Belle Meade.
There she is. Yeah.
Belle Meade, single barrel from cask in San Francisco, 10 years old.
Nice.
114.2 proof.
Nice.
So yeah,
Why would
I
they
mean,
stick 10 on the
Nashville.
label? Because I've seen 12-year-old pics of them things. Like
Yep.
people are like, oh, that's just if it's 11, stick an 11 on there.
Yeah. So yeah, Belle Meade out of Nashville, Tennessee. What is it? Nelson Green. I think Nelson Green
Mm-hmm.
Distillery or something like that it's called.
It's a Greenbrier distillery.
Greenbrier, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I did their 108 weeded whiskey. I did a review for that,
Nice.
and then I did their. Did I do Belle Meade? The regular Belle Meade, not a barrel pick, just the regular stuff.
Yeah, the regular stuff. They have is it 9? I think it's a 9-year-old that they have. And then they have their cask series, which is Madeira,
Yes.
cognac, and one other. Sherry,
Yes.
maybe?
Yeah, they also have their honey, which goes
Oh.
crazy for like crazy money. All of a sudden, like $800 for some. I don't know what the Belle Meade honey thing is, but people go crazy for it. So, like it sells out and it shoots up on the secondary market. It's crazy what people are paying for, like honey bourbon. They do it in very small batches. I think they put it into honey barrels or something. Like they have barrels filled with honey
Literally.
that are
honey.
aged. Yeah, and then they dump them out. They dump out the honey, sell the honey, or whoever sells the honey, and then they just put bourbon straight back in, and then it's like
Wow.
bourbon with honey and shit. I don't know, but
Okay.
people go crazy for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm laughing my ass off here, but I shouldn't laugh because I haven't tasted this, but like it just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
And now I want to taste it. Now I want to taste that stuff. But I'm not paying like $500 for a bottle of that.
Yeah, it like has a massive cult following. People go nuts for it. It's like the craziest thing. I don't understand it, but yeah, the guys over at the Nelson Greenbrier Distillery, that's them.
Yeah.
They're two guys who just happened to find their family's old distillery heritage whilst pulled over in a small town somewhere in Tennessee, I think, or wherever they are. And yeah, it's in Tennessee. Yeah, and Belle Meade was their sourced MGP stuff, as far as I remember.
Yep. It's all MGP.
Which explains why it's so delicious.
It's fucking delicious. I highly recommend tasting the 3 cask finishes in a lineup. The cognac cask is fucking delicious. It's so good.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And
Nice.
I thought it was kind of gimmicky when I saw the bottles and I realized that, oh yeah, okay, that's interesting. But then tasted it and I was like, man, it's good. Really good. Really enjoyed
There
that.
is some really nice cognac and armagnac finished whiskeys out there. Now I know the barrels are hard to get, especially armagnac, because the guys using them just use them forever. But you get some like really nice old oak notes, like almost dusty-esque oak notes from these barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to write that up on the bottle, what that is.
Boom. We got some cognac love here. Absolutely. Cognac cask finish stuff is excellent. Actually, Sonoma County had a cognac cask finish as well, which was also excellent.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Tried it last year at the whiskey show, which is it's coming up actually. The whiskey show in 3 weeks or something like that, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So going there again, checking it out. Hope to find some good stuff. And last year it was actually, thinking about it, last year, besides obviously the bee tax and all the nice stuff you can try from Buffalo Trace, I think the Sonoma County cognac cask was one of my favorites. It was really, really good.
Nice. Yeah, I missed it last year, but I went in 2017, and on my way back to get my flight, there was a bomb scare on the Gatwick Express line.
Oh shit.
And like we just had to get out at some random station. The train actually went back to another station, got out, managed to run up the road, get a taxi, because I'd been at work the next day, got a taxi, got to the airport, got on the flight, got like 2 hours of sleep and went to work the next day. It's crazy. But it was a crazy 24 hours in London with my wife.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, Spirit B.
Yes.
You gotta do it.
Oh, that's nice. Bit more cinnamon, kind of red fruit on the nose of that one. That smells like a Four Roses, possibly.
Get a little bit of furniture polish off that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got that nice furniture polish note.
Fragrant.
Almost like perfumed. I know with old Wild Turkey bottlings, I was struggling for a really long time to figure out what that note was, and it's like a perfumey note.
Yeah.
And I actually on Rare Bird 101, I was reading his reviews, and he was like, "There's just like dusty perfume note from older Wild Turkeys," and it just instantly clicked and made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
No bit of nuttiness there.
Yeah, I call it the same. I call it fragrant. But yeah, it's kind of a fragrance, like perfumey note. Yeah. Because it's a very sharp.
It floats out of the glass.
Yeah, it just pops out on you.
Mm-hmm. Kind of dusty char, if you know what I mean, like old char. Smells a little bit older.
Yeah, it's almost like a burnt, like a old dried burnt log.
Yeah. It's been sitting there a while. That barrel, or the barrels that it came from, have been sitting. They've been sitting there, and they've just been, once you get that antique, kind of like a polishy smell, you know you're dealing with something that is around the 15-year mark or older. I know you get that a lot from George T. Stagg. That tends to hit around 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get a lot of that antique, kind of a polishy note. And then as soon as I smell like a certain bitterness coming from charred oak, I know like that's an older barrel where it's just concentrated those flavors as the angel shares sucked out either the water or a little bit of alcohol. Depends on the height of the barrel and stuff.
Yeah, it's been stewing in there. You can kind of feel that it's been concentrated. A lot of black peppercorns on there. A lot of almost like a licorice.
Yeah, it's almost like really earthy, kind of peppery, and then there's a little bit of nuttiness, and then you get that kind of like a fruity note as well, but it's kind of an older fruity note. No, it's like almost it's just like cinnamon. It's past the fruit. It's come into like an earthy cinnamon kind of a note.
It's almost like freeze-dried raspberries. It's like a hint of a raspberry note, but it's almost like something's been done to that. It's been messed with, so it's kind of a dry sensation of that raspberry note.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I got when you hit that Belle Meade full strength. You get those like dried cherry trail mix, like you're biting on it, and you just get like intense dehydrated cherry notes.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like it's a darker caramel on this one than it was on the first one that we tried. It's a different kind of caramel. I feel like there was a lot of brown sugar. This one here is almost like there's almost like a honeycomb or like even like a gingerbread or something like that.
It's almost like a burnt caramel. And left on there just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And then a lot of that pepper.
Yeah, it's a lot of pepper. All right, so for people joining now, we're on spirit number 2 out of 2. The first one that we tried blind was the Belle Meade.
Delicious.
It was a delicious 10-year-old Belle Meade cask. Door pick from San Francisco. And we're now blind tasting the second spirit.
I wouldn't say this one's barrel proof.
What makes you think that?
I feel like all those notes would be, well, I haven't tasted it yet, but those notes would be too much if they were at barrel proof. You know what I mean? It could be really bitter, really peppery. This is closer to maybe like 100 proof max. That's what I'd say this is.
There's definitely less ethanol in the glass. Although I will say that on this one here, there's a more defined alcohol sharpness on it, and I think it comes down to that kind of perfumey note that you mentioned. Is like it's more sharp, but it's not as sharp on the ethanol as on the other one.
Yes. I feel like the ethanol in this one carries the flavors really well.
And also, I don't feel the instant need to add water, although I will, because I feel like it will open up.
That is a nice soft opening. And then dried red fruit come out again. But it's not cherries this time. It's more like a mix of maybe cranberries, a little bit of raspberry.
Yeah.
And then you get like an oak spice at the end. It's not a rye spice. More like a nice oaky spice that leaves you with kind of like a fruity raspberry, like you said, like an echo of a raspberry.
I'm getting a lovely gingerbread right now after adding water.
Yeah, the baking spices, a little bit of baking spice.
Cloves,
Can add
cinnamon.
3 drops.
Yeah, ginger.
Cinnamon's the big one for me in this. Cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, maybe some ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a lot more
Even a
red
hint
fruit
of,
when you add water.
A hint of overripe banana, actually.
Be quiet.
There's a hint. Although I will say it's almost like a baked banana because it has that, like when you get a banana split and you get like a baked banana with vanilla ice cream on top. It has that kind of, it's a very creamy, like a full dessert.
Like a caramelized banana, maybe?
No, baked, I think.
Baked?
Yeah, baked.
Okay.
Where it's just like you warm up the sugars and it's kind of like releasing that sugariness. I don't feel like it's. I feel the caramel on this is different than. Different.
It is not as butterscotchy. That's for sure.
True.
Not as butterscotchy.
Chris
More of a caramel, a little bit of a burnt caramel, maybe.
Chris hates bananas.
I also hate bananas. I'll eat them because they're really handy to have as a snack, but I hate them because their flavor takes over. When you put them in a smoothie, it's going to taste like bananas.
That's the whole point. You can add a bunch of crap in there and then just add a banana and taste like banana. It's great.
I know where you sit on the fence with bananas because I watched your video and your wife is right.
I should go kill a
I'm on her side this time. Listen, Irish women don't do well with spiders. My wife also does not like spiders. Part of the package.
It's pretty quiet. I don't know. Maybe she left.
She's got a pizza guy to come in and kill it.
All right, I may have to go kill a spider after this. We'll see. So, what do you think on the wood on this one compared to the first one, or on the oak?
The wood.
They both have oak.
This tastes older oak, more a little bit mintiness.
Yeah.
Perfumey. When you've added a few drops of water, the bitter oak comes through. Like I have like an aftertaste of bitter charred oak in my mouth right now, and that's after adding the water. It has come through more.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that wet wood. It's almost like there's a saltiness to it as well.
Some nice deep caramel notes on the palate. Like brown sugar, a little bit burnt because it mixes with that bitter oak. Tastes old.
Yeah, I'm getting burnt toast all over the palate here now.
It tastes old. It's got that old cask aftertaste. Like 15-year range. Maybe a little bit older. Maybe between 15 and 18. Lower? 12? Oh, I'm not going lower than 12. No. No. 10 again?
10.
That is a funky 10-year-old cask.
I know.
That's like a lot for a 10-year-old cask. How old, like, where was this thing sitting? Was it sitting in the sun?
Well, it's a bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, same age range as the Belle Meade, the one we tried
Right.
before. So this was the first one. Just if anyone is joining now, so this was the first time we've tried, just so we have a reference of what we're talking about here. So we're discussing the second one, which is still blind. But yeah, they're both 10-year-old age stated. So it doesn't mean that it's actually 10. This could be a little bit older, which I think it probably is a little bit, but
Yeah.
not significantly.
Tasted older.
Yeah, I don't think it's significantly older, but yeah, I think it's potentially a little bit older than the first one.
They could have snuck some barrels that were sitting next to windows in warehouses where the sun could get to them. Might have snuck a few of those in to kind of give it a more complex, older tasting profile.
Yeah.
I know stuff like Old Forester's statement is only barrels that have been sitting in the sun in the hottest parts of the warehouse. So you get a lot of that hot oak notes where the spirit has really gone into the barrel in it.
Yeah.
I really like it. I hope I can buy it.
I think it's fucking delicious.
Mm.
You can't buy it though, unless you're lucky and find it on auction.
I'm not going to do that. Is it another Eagle Rare?
No, it's not
I
Eagle
feel like
Rare.
this could be a way off profile Eagle Rare pick or something weird like that.
Yeah, no.
Like way off profile.
No. So let's go through it. So we have the age.
Okay.
We know it's a bourbon.
Yeah.
What do you think about proof?
100.
So it's 105.7.
Ooh. Yeah. It was around, I knew it was around that 100 proof because it wasn't too strong on the nose, and then the oils would have made up for it on the palate because it had a nice soft start before all those flavors kind of rushed out at you, starting with those dried red fruit and moving on to a nice little wall of spice.
Yeah.
Without burning too much. I know when we put the Belle Meade in, I was like, whew, that's hot.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we do the grand reveal?
Tastes good. Oh. All right. That tastes older. A lot older than the first one.
So, 2 barrel picks. This one here is from Healthy Spirits, also in San Francisco. So a couple of bottle shops in the Bay Area.
Tastes healthy. That barrel is minty. They got a nice minty barrel.
Made from grain. It's healthy, right?
Yeah, right? Medicinal.
Mm-hmm. It will cure any disease.
Actually, I heard something funny while Jackie Zykan was in Manchester. She said in Kentucky, in the hospitals, they still prescribe Old Forester to people who come from like rural Kentucky, like the hills and stuff. These people who still take whiskey medicinally. The actual hospital has bottles of Old Forester, and they will prescribe that to the people who will only take whiskey as a medicine, or who would only trust whiskey as a medicine. And so it's like 2 tablespoons a day or whatever, and it is Old Forester they're giving them. I thought that was quite interesting. Now, I didn't fact check that, but I mean, I'm going to believe what she says. She's the master blender for Old Forester.
All right.
Makes sense, too. Could be some hillbillies out there who only drink whiskey when they're sick.
If it would have been the brand ambassador, maybe not so much, but if it's the master distiller, yeah, maybe. Nice, man. I'm going to...
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'll tell my doctor that I do not believe in any medicine except for whiskey and see what happens.
Yeah, in the UK you might be prescribed like cognac or armagnac or something.
I'm alright with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
No problem.
We'll see what Brexit does.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Get to hear that on the news every day.
Well, I don't watch the news, so I don't actually know, and I don't care. So
Ah.
there's that.
Nice.
I prefer to stay
Better that
completely
way.
out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can always go back to Denmark, man. Or run to come to Ireland.
Probably want to be in.
Come to Ireland. You hop on your wife's passport and you come to Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Come live in my house.
Yeah.
Be more than happy to have you.
Nice.
There's enough bourbon for both of us for at least 10 years.
At least 10 days.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Cool. So yeah, Belle Meade. Do you have a favorite out of the two?
Second one. That
The
healthy, the healthy spirits place picked a particularly funky barrel. It's real nice. I have a Binny's pick actually that's from February 2017. I should probably open that at some stage.
Yeah.
10-year-old as well.
Yeah, it's my favorite too. It was and it was by chance that I found this one because last time I was in San Francisco, I went to a Cask down on, I think it's on 3rd Street downtown, and yeah, they had this, and I've heard about it. It's like, oh, I'll grab one, and then I went down to Healthy Spirits, which when I used to live in the Bay Area, that was kind of my bottle shop. And it wasn't on the shelf, so I just kind of walked in and looked around. It's like, oh, do you have anything interesting? It's like, oh yeah, we just have this one come in, and it was the Belle Meade 10-year barrel pick, and yeah, this was bottle 20 out of like 2,000 something bottles.
They got 2,000 something bottles. How many barrels did they pick?
Let's see. Oh no, barrel number. Oh no.
Ah.
I'm fucking about now. I'm an idiot. So barrel number 2,508. Yeah, bottle number 20.
That makes more sense.
I don't know. It doesn't say how many bottles actually. Let's see if it says on the other one. Nah, it doesn't say anything. It says barrel number though on both of them. It's funny though because I mean you see the top they have like a similar label, but then you look at they have completely different labels.
Yeah. Yeah, one could be just an earlier version, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking those guys got themselves a short barrel because you're getting those more concentrated. Tastes older than it is.
Yeah.
Like you could give that to me and say, "Oh, that's George G. Stagg," and I would have difficulty picking it apart from a George G. Stagg in my memory because it has those antique polish, minty barrel, old charred oak notes. So I've been rather surprised.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably a low yield. It definitely has that. And as soon as I tried it for the first time, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, this is delicious! This is out of this world." The same with the M&P Eagle Rare, which is like, no way, this is Eagle Rare. This is absolutely delicious. This is on par with like B-Tags and Pappies and shit. It's so good.
Some people know how to pick a really good barrel. If you know who's picking your barrel, and you know you can trust their palate, you're probably going to get a good one every single time. Like some people will go out and they'll pick an amazing barrel that's completely off profile, but in a really good way, and you'll just be blown away every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. So yeah, we met the guys from M&P at the whiskey festival in Poland. So they were saying like,
how did that go? Yeah,
just around now, they should be coming out with their next kind of barrel picks of different things. So yeah, we'll see. I got Lee on a mission to get as much of that stuff as possible. Just like taste it. If it's great, just fucking buy a shit ton.
Put me on the list.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And where the budget allows, I will do my best.
I'll send you some samples, buddy. Don't worry.
Thanks, man. I know you're good for it. These have been some amazing samples. I should probably send you some better samples than Irish whiskey.
No, they were great samples actually. It made for a great podcast, and actually something coming out. So I'm having a good time at the moment because I'm having a lot of fun with those samples. So trying to maximize the output from each sample. So yeah, stay tuned on YouTube on Friday. Things are happening.
Check it out. Yeah, things are going to get exciting.
It's going to get exciting, just like right now.
Oh, barrel roll.
Boom. Giveaway time before we get cut off. Stupid Instagram. Only 1 hour. Only 1 hour.
Do you have like a countdown, or do you know does it just cut out?
It used to give me, like, it's random. Like, sometimes I'll get a 2-minute warning, and other times it would just kill the stream. It's like, yeah, time's up. And sometimes it happens like 2 minutes before, because I can see the time up here. So right now there's like 4 or 5 minutes left or whatever. And sometimes it'll just cut like 2 minutes ahead of time. So it's like, who the fuck knows, man?
Yeah, right?
Not me. I don't know anything. Anyway, it's giveaway time. So let's do the giveaway before we get cut off. And yeah, I have the numbers here. So 2 and 13 are the 2 numbers. So anywhere in between or both numbers included. Go.
Let's go with 10. We were tasting some 10-year-old barrel picks tonight. Huh?
That is the expected number.
Oh, well.
Gonna randomize, and Queen City Bourbon is the winner.
Nice, congrats.
I'm not sure I've met Queen City Bourbon, but wait a minute. What is Queen City? London?
Queens?
No, it's not Queens. It's Queen. I don't know. Queen City Bourbon. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Spirits People Tote Bag. Wherever you are, I'll find out. We'll find out. I guess.
Yeah, just DM till they respond.
Yeah, man. Actually, Ye Old Reviews has still not responded. So if you watch this or if you're live, get back to me on the DMs with an address. So yeah, sometimes you can't catch people, and that's fine. If they don't want free stuff, that's fine.
Hey, listen, you're doing your best.
I do what I can to get rid of my free stuff.
Yeah. Do you want this bag or not? I'll take it. My wife wants the second one. I'll take it.
All right, Jazz is here. You just missed it. You missed the tasting, Jazz, and you missed the giveaway. But yeah, before we jump off here, I'll just show the bottles just for good measure. So this was today's wine tasting. So a couple of single barrel bourbons here from Belle Meade, aka MGP. And
yeah, but like how crazy different were those barrels, right? Even though they're from MGP.
Different. Completely different. Like
so different.
You wouldn't even know that they're both MGP. Like even the profile is so different, right?
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Single barrels, man.
Yeah, man. Single
barrels gonna
barrels.
get you.
Love it.
And those Belle Meade people pick some good single barrels.
Yeah, man. Those brothers, they do some good work over there in Nashville. Sweet. Cool, man. Good to have you again. It's been a while.
It's been nice to be back. I try to get on once a month. It's been a crazy month. Hopefully next month will be quieter. But we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I might actually get busy. I have to get back to actually earning some money. I've taken the summer off, so now I'm like, I've spent all my money, and now I have to earn some more. That's how the world works. God damn it.
That's it. At least you get to take that nice big break, though, if you earn enough money.
It's been a good break. I definitely worked my ass off, and then yeah, took the summer off and just kind of focused on all this crazy stuff here, spirits, people, whatever. But yeah,
it's going well. You're on Spotify. You're famous
Spotify,
now,
man.
Yeah, no one can call me an alcoholic for listening anymore because I'm like, that's just on Spotify.
Well, I guess you could, but I'm still on Spotify, so. All right, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll have to send you some new samples now because what we tried in the very beginning was not the right samples, as some people might know. I don't know if anyone from the beginning of the stream is still here, but yeah, that was an intro and a half.
Yeah, that was like a warm up. I had to make sure that the nose is working. Am I smelling the right grains here, or am I just fucking about? It's just like if anything, it proved the legitimacy of these blind tastings where I don't even know what's in front of me, and I can half identify it, so it's not all a load of like pre-confirmed crap.
Yeah, True. As soon as you started your tasting note, it's like, no, that's not this. All right, man.
We are professionals.
We're about to get cut off here, so I'll let you go. Have a great night, man. And yeah,
you too, man.
Again soon. And
yes.
Yeah, take it easy. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for listening in and hammering in the chat. Peace.
Yes. Catch you next time.
Oh yeah. Flip side.
Thank you for watching this episode of Spirits People Live. For more videos, check out spiritspeople.com, subscribe on YouTube, and be sure to follow us on Instagram, where we connect you with spirits people worldwide.